Hello dear students, welcome to the next session of the chapter 2nd, the connective tissue, and the third subtopic we are going to elaborate the connective tissue and the types of the connective tissue. In previous lectures we have seen about the epithelial tissue, the types of the epithelial tissues and the glandular epithelium itself. So let's get started this session. These are some objectives for this session. After this session, you should know about the structural characteristics of various connective tissues and how these characteristics are enable their function and what are their particular role in the all over the body. You should identify and distinguish between the different type of connective tissues. You should describe the common structural elements of connective tissue, and you should uh, proper elaboration and identification of the connective tissue and the role, their particular positions, and how they are look like we are going to see. And you should describe how the structural properties of a connective tissues are related to the unique functions of the tissues itself. That means the different type of tissues are there, and these different type of tissues are connected by means of the connective tissue, and how they are connected and what type of connective tissues are connecting with the bone cell, bone tissue with the muscle tissue. What type of the connective tissues are there which connect with the uh, one bone with the another bone? What type of the connective tissues are there which connects the hollow body with the particular organ, or which are the connective tissues are embedded in between the muscle itself to connect one muscle fibril with the another muscle fibril. We are going to elaborate and we are going to study in very much detail about the connective tissue and the types of the connective tissue itself. So let's get started. As I said, what are the connective tissue is suggesting or this connects or binds other tissue together. You should get identif you should get an idea by its name itself. What are the connective means they are connecting something to the something. Connecting something to the itself, they are embedded, they are sandwiched between the two tissues. Okay, the most abundant type of tissue are the connective tissue. They are scattered, or their presence is all over the body, or all over the your systems, all over the your cell linings are there. The connective tissues fill internal spaces and provide structural support for other tissues, and they are in functioning. They are carrying a proper particular role to store energy reserved uh, by the storing the fat in them also. These tissues are fat tissues, bone tissues, and various type of wandering cells is in the one particular tissue or one particular substance, that is the blood we are going to see. These connective tissues are mesodermal in the origin, that we have seen the ectoderm, endoderm, or ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. Okay, these three type of embryonic origin we have seen in the previous lectures, that these connective tissues are originate from the mesoderm itself, that is the middle layer of the embryo. Very first connective tissue developed in the embryo is known as a mesenchyme. The mesenchyme is the mesodermal origin in the embryonic condition. The first cell originated as a connective tissue known as a mesenchyme, and these mesenchyme cells are the stem cell lines from which all connective tissues are formed. Are you getting me? From which all connective tissues are formed. That is the stem cell lines. Stem cell means what? These cells, the group of the cells which gives birth or get transformed into the other type of the tissues, which are the mother cells. You can, yeah, you can differentiate the stem cell lines as a mother cells of the connective tissues. And these mesenchymal cells are the parental cells of the various connective tissue types, and they are supply the cells needed for the replacement and the repair after a connective tissue injury. I'm talking about the particular injury for the connective tissue, and this particular injury of a connective tissue is repaired by the mesenchymal parental or the stem line cells. And there are connective tissues are classified into three main types. We are going to see in detail about the connective tissue proper, and the second one is a skeletal tissue, and third one is a fluid connective tissue, that is the blood. Okay, the very before the connective tissue proper elaboration, there are some cells which are having role in the connective tissues. That means we are going to elaborate first the cells of the connective tissues. There are several types of cells described as below. The first one is a fibroblast. Fibroblasts are the cells of the connective tissues which are most common, and there are fixed cells. Fixed means what? Their position is fixed, they cannot move, or they are not wandering cells itself. Their shape is a large, they may be the star shape, and their shape is varies in relation to the function where they are incorporated, or where they are doing their proper function. So shape varies uh, in which organ they are situated and what type of um, function they are providing. After the fibroblast get older, that the older cells of fibroblast known as a fibrocytes. These fibrocytes get activated whenever they are in need and involved in the formation of the new connective tissue. So in this slide or this picture, you are going to see something is protruded or something is zoomed in for the better understanding that the what are the fibroblasts, and this is highlighted by the green color. Okay, and I have put a pointer on it, so you can see over there the green in color, and they are embedded in the other type of tissues are there, like the whitish one are the adipose, and the other are stained cells, which are this fibroblast is connecting these adipose tissues with the muscle or the another connective tissue. Their proper description, proper distinguished uh, type of a manner is seen in these green color cells are the fibroblast cells. Okay, the next one are the macrophages, or the another name of the macrophages are known as the histocytes. What do you mean by histocytes? The histocytes means their incorporation, or they are get their origin is in the blood stream itself. That's why they are known as the histocytes. These macrophages are the wandering cells that originate as a WBCs, means what, the white blood cells. White as the origin of these macrophages are the white blood cells in the which is get uh, in the stream by the hematopoiesis. We are going to study in last that the general idea of hematopoiesis. This is not in the your syllabus hematopoiesis, but we are going to take a general idea about the hematopoiesis, how these cells are originated, how RBCs are originate. So let's focus on the macrophages. These macrophages are the in function of the scavenging activity, or they are known as scavengers of the um, body lines, scavengers of the pathogens, or the scavengers of uh, the foreign particles. Okay, and these foreign particles are get entered uh, into the our bloodstream, that we are got infected with the foreign particle, and we are and the infection is in the bloodstream. Then these phagocytic cells, nothing but the macrophages, get identification by the identifying marks on the particular virus or a bacteria which is embedded in their the line, and these particular proteins are embedded on their surface, cell surface, and this is get identified by the macrophages by protecting some antennae like structures known as anti the antennae like structure, and these get identified, and these macrophages invaginate the uh, particular virus or a bacteria in it, and they engulf, that means they are eating the particular virus or bacteria, and these after this eating that the particular coating is situated or incorporated on the virus or a bacteria, and these particular after the engulfation, this known as the phagosome, and this phagosome gets digested or get absorbed into the these macrophages. That means they are doing very important role in our immune system, and these the macrophages are known as the alerting cells. That means alarming cells of the immune system. That means they also plays a role in immunity by alerting other WBC for the white blood cells for the foreign particles is entered in body, entered in the bloodstream itself. These are the very important cells of the immune system also. Third one is the mast cells. The mast cells are the larger cells, and these are the widely distributed cells, yeah, among the all over the body. And these mast cells are associated with the inflammatory function. That means they are doing inflammation in the allergic condition, or the foreign particle is get entered by the um, our aerial stream. Okay, we are get sneezing, and this is the sign of the something foreign particle is entered into the our air tract, and these mast cells releases the heparin and the histamine. These are the two chemical signals which um, which inflammate the particular or which sign or these activity is done. The heparin is an anticoagulant. Anticoagulant means what? The anticoagulant means the it resists from the blood from the to get clotted. Clotted means what? They get thickened. The thickening of blood. Heparin is anticoagulant, and this heparin is also found in the saliva of the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are biting through the, and these mosquitoes uh, get uh, release the saliva into our bloodstream, that the heparin uh, also heparin of the mosquito saliva do not coagulate our blood after the rupture of the our blood vessel, and mosquitoes can easily suck out the blood from the bloodstream because of the anticoagulant heparin. And the histamine involves in a vasodilation to increase the permeability of capillaries and small venules of the body. So histamine, the other function of the histamine in our drug targeting, or the how drug are work. I'm going to get one example for your better understanding. That is the, if you have an allergy, or you have a sneezing or a cough, or some mucus is secreting through the mucus cells, what we do generally, we take a tablet, we take a medicine, or we take a drug known as the antihistaminic drug, or a antihistaminic drug, that is the cetirizine. Okay, after taking this cetirizine, this cetirizine is a antihistaminic drug or anti-inflammatory drug, which act on the histamine, and which act on the histamine, that the function of the histamine is blocked by the cetirizine itself. And how they are blocked, that the after the blocking of this histamine, the mucus cells are not stimulated, and they are not producing something called like the mucus. So we get release by the mucus or the allergy. But these are the not proper medications, that we these are not the targeted, and these are not the, there is nothing proper medications for the mucus secreting cells, or cold, cough or cold. So we are going to stop here, and next cells, or the next connective tissues, we are going to see later in the next lecture. Thank you.